This episode is brought to you by The Guarantors. Chasing down residents who don't pay their rent is taxing enough. Did you know you could offset the risk of renter default? Meet The Guarantors. They'll requalify your applicants and insure their rent. If the resident doesn't pay, you still get paid. Visit theguarantors.com/multifamily today. Great leaders in multifamily don't create followers. There's this funny saying I heard many, many years ago. Those who are leading, who have no followers are only taking a walk. I think it goes like something like that. It's very pithy. But I think back in the day, I used to believe that. But I think fast forward to today, present day business world, I think followers' chief aim is to not create followers, leaders. It's not to create followers. It's rather to create additional leaders or other leaders or leaders who can take responsibility at the highest level and execute at the highest level. And so I think there's this sort of shift in mentality in that people who come into an organization, if you've vetted them well, if you've identified them on the front side as being highly capable of leading in an organization, and you put them in place, you put them in the right seat, give them the right roles and responsibilities, they can just go. They just go. There is a great saying, somebody said this to me a long time ago, I'd rather catch a tiger by the tail than light a fire under an elephant's rear end. I think that is true. Leaders today who are ambitious, who are of good character, of good moral center, can just go. And your job as a leader in teaching that leader, or training that leader, or helping that leader is just to catch them before they make really bad mistakes, or if they make really bad mistakes, catch them, walk beside them, and help them form a better decision-making process. 9 times out of 10, it's a thought process, not a bad character decision. It's just a bad thought process. So just go. The other thing I would say is that we have shifted toward a mentorship coach leadership model, where in the past, the leader was really set at the top of the organization in a hierarchy, and there was sort of this command and control effort that took place through other people. You got things done through other people. That was really a loose definition of leadership, getting things done through other people, or managing. If you're a manager, it's the art of getting things done through other people. But I think today, the real art of leadership comes in the way of coaching and mentorship. It really is about helping people become better versions of themselves from a character perspective, because we can teach and train skills all day long. And the introduction of AI into our workspace is going to take a lot of that stuff completely out of the equation. So you're no longer doing that. You're really talking about critical thinking. You're talking about strategy. You're talking about mentoring and coaching people to become better human beings so they can be prosperous and thrive in your organization. I also think the art of delegation, this is a weird concept. This will be a weird concept on a go-forward basis. Delegating tasks anymore is not going to be delegated to the humans. It's going to be delegated to the AI or general AI. And you're going to see a lot of delegation really happen in the way of how do you put somebody in a position to make a critical decision? How do you put somebody in a position to lead in adversity? If I just a terrible example, but if another pandemic comes up, you could certainly put yourself in the position of leadership and triaging things. But if you've done a fair amount of leading in crisis, and you know there's another person in your organization that's not really led through crisis, you put them in. You put them right into the moment, in high stress, in high situational circumstances that demand a whole different level of leadership, and you're doing it because you're giving them the rep to become better. There's a great saying Dan Sullivan has as it relates to different areas of business that you might delegate. It's who, not how. So if you're thinking through your leadership journey and teaching other leaders how to be great leaders, and you're thinking about all of the things that need to be done in your organization, you think about, and you have a list of things that you want to happen. You don't think about how to do them. You think about who can do these. And if you think through strategically the people in your organization, who needs what rep, and you put them against the list of things that need to be done, you architect, right, even to the extent that you manufacture things that don't necessarily need to be done, but the rep needs to be done. So you manufacture an event, and you put that person against that thing so you can build skill. You think about who, not how. Your job as a leader is not to think about how to get things done. It is rather to think who can do this, that needs the rep in order to build themselves as a leader so that your organization can prosper well into the future. All right, that's it. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.